Buncombe County is one of multiple counties in our area that has already received a shipment of the Pfizer COVID vaccine for kids. Health officials say this could be the ticket out of the pandemic. Starting this week, around 15 million doses of Pfizer's COVID vaccine for kids are expected to ship out across the country.
As a parent of an 11-year-old, I think a lot of us have been eagerly awaiting.
Buncombe County couldn't give News 13 an exact count of the number of doses it's received. Haywood County received 300 doses this morning, with 300 more on the way. And Henderson County has ordered 1,200 doses.
Do you think there's going to be more hesitancy this time around with this particular vaccine rollout among kids just because of their parents?
So that's a great question. I think anytime you implement a decision that affects kids, I think there's always sort of an elevated sense of caution and sort of thoughtfulness and mindfulness that goes into that.
Mission Hospital's Chief of Staff Ainsley Miller, along with Haywood County's Health Director Sarah Henderson, say they don't know what to expect when it comes to demand for this.
If you take into consideration the phone calls that we receive and the phone calls that we know the pediatricians are receiving, we hope that there will be. We hope that they will go fast.
The dosing for the kids' vaccine is 1/3 of the adult dose. Recent data has shown in kids ages 5 to 11 the vaccine is 91% effective against symptomatic illness. The dosing isn't the only thing different. Henderson says the rollout will be two more after-hours clinics.
We really want to be able to accommodate, kids that are at school and working parents. Trying to get that age group vaccinated in the middle of the day is difficult.
Officials with all three counties News 13 spoke with say they are preparing to start giving out these vaccines next week. The big question, will this get us out of the pandemic?
I do think so. I think that the ongoing message over and over again has been that the COVID-19 vaccine is the primary way that we can prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Health officials urge parents to talk with their kids' doctors if they're hesitant about the vaccine.
For years, Waynesville and Lake Junaluska were part of North Carolina's 119th House District. Under the latest redistricting map proposal, all of Haywood County would be in the 118th, along with Madison County.
If you are in Haywood County, you know you will be joined in one district.
Western Carolina University political analyst Chris Cooper says that makes the district cohesive and easier for voters. Incumbent 118th Republican Representative Mark Pless agrees.
It makes it a lot easier because there's not as much confusion with the folks. I think
Pless says there's still a lot of work to be done before the House map is finalized. He is running again in next year's election. Waynesville and Lake Junaluska voters not in his district before, potentially playing a significant role.
if I have done and represented all of the folks in Haywood County, then hopefully they will support me. If I haven't, then that's on me.
Pless will face a Democratic challenger and perhaps a familiar face, Joe Sam Queen, who served 6 terms as a state representative.
So I'm keeping my powder dry. We're a year out. It's a year from today. It's good for a good Democrat candidate, and I'm looking for the opportunity to recruit one, whether it's me or we got one better than me.
The proposed House map changes would end the split district in Haywood and attach Madison to the 118th. The 119th would encompass Swain, Jackson, and then include Transylvania.
Probably turn the 118 into a slightly more Democratic district. Probably turn the 119 into a slightly more Republican district.
The heads of the major parties in Haywood County, the Democrats' Myrna Campbell and the GOP's Kay Miller, will differ on issues, but on this redistricting plan, agreement.
Makes things more competitive to have everything in one district.
If you have the entire county and there's one representative for that county, that's a good thing.
Candidates can file to run for office from December 6th through the 17th. Graham County voted to ban alcohol sales back in 1948. This alcohol vote pertains only to the sale of beer and wine inside the town limits of Robbinsville.
It's a small town, but the issue of alcohol sales looms large in Robbinsville. Longtime residents recall violence and disorderly conduct associated with it. Newer residents say without beer and wine available at stores and restaurants, the town is giving up an opportunity for growth, revenues going to other jurisdictions. Collectively, they will settle the issue as beer and wine sales are on the ballot.
I am so tired of driving down that hill to go to either Bryson City
or Murphy.
Jenny Lee Parks is in favor of change.
I do believe that a lot of the revenue that could be generated here is being lost.
Well, we've got too many drugs. We don't need alcohol.
So you voted against it?
Yes.
D.L. Orr cast his ballot in early voting.
Just the way I feel.
Orr, like many in Robbinsville, have strong ties to area churches and oppose alcohol sales from a religious reference point as well.
For myself, I see nothing good in it.
Lavetta Roper owns and operates Mountain Memories gift shop.
Now, I'm a preacher's wife too, so that will make a big difference. And I've read the Word of God and I know what it says. And I just don't feel like it's going to bring anything good to this county.
Roper speaks openly about the loss of a loved one.
I have lost someone because of alcoholism and drug abuse, and I see nothing good for it. Nothing.
Roper says beer and wine sales aren't needed at her store for revenue.
My locals are the one that support me.
Jenny Lee Parks says individuals should have a beer and wine choice in town.
I should have the option to buy here, and if the other folks don't want that here, they don't have to partake or purchase.
Elections officials expect to have the results on the alcohol vote by Tuesday night.